Whitney is one of the most special people I've ever known. She has an amazing mental toughness. She is a recently crowned 3-time Miss Olympia, and she did it with a busted knee.
Yeah.
And she has performed many times, competed many times with injury. So I thought we'd take a few minutes and talk a little bit about your career and talk about mental toughness.
Sure.
When did you first come up with the idea that you would compete?
Well, so for anyone that doesn't know what I do, I'm a fitness competitor, so it's in the realm of bodybuilding. I don't do the bodybuilding, obviously you have to be in shape, but I do the routines where it's gymnastics, flips, strength moves, dance choreography, and that's primarily what we're judged on. So I wanted to just get into a new challenge. I did endurance events, triathlons, marathons, and then I'd flip through the fitness magazines. I'm like, gosh, these women look amazing. What are they doing? So I got into the sport and went to a show, and I saw these girls in costumes and dancing around, and I'm like, they're having a lot of fun, and everyone else just kind of looked like drained and tired. And so I thought, whatever they're doing, I want to have fun like them. So I started training and did my first fitness competition, put together a silly routine that was horrible, but I loved it, and I was hooked in the sport and started to actually learn about it and learn that there was requirements. And long story short, I ended up doing really well pretty quickly and turned pro. I've been pro now 10 years. So it's been a fun journey, kind of traveling the world, getting to compete on huge stages, hanging with Arnold Schwarzenegger and doing the tour with him to all these different countries, and having the opportunity to, of course, step on the Olympia stage, which in our sport is like the World Series or the Super Bowl for what we do.
You had one of the closest people to you tell you you couldn't do this.
Yes, yes, yep. My business partner, trainer, was like, there's no way you'll ever be anything in this sport. And I was like, okay. And that lit my fire. I grew up with 2 older brothers, so I'm used to that, and I love a challenge, and that's what always ignites my fire, just being told that you can't, because obviously there's the thought of, well, maybe I can't, but if you don't try, I never want to have that regret or that what if. And if I failed, I failed. But I knew I would have tried. And so I thought, I'm going to do everything I can to prove him wrong.
And you did.
Yes,
3 times over.
Thank goodness. I rub it in a lot.
I love it. I love it how close you guys still are. And I imagine you just every now and again, you're like, remember when you
always. Why wouldn't I? I have to.
Can I get you a shirt that reminds you?
That's what I should do, yes. Okay, so next time you see him.
It's a great Christmas present.
Yes, it is.
Just in case you were wondering, I told Whitney Jones she would never be able to do that.
Yes, totally. That's awesome.
Okay, give us the summary of your portfolio of injuries you've had in the last few years.
Oh gosh, okay, so honestly I've broken almost every bone. I've had 16 surgeries. It's not ideal, obviously, but it's what I do is kind of an extreme sport. You look at snowboarding, motocross racing, and obviously being at the top, you constantly have to come up with new tricks, new skills, new flips that are unconventional, or degree of difficulty is off the charts. Well, you don't always land them and suffer a lot of injuries. So I've had 3 knee surgeries, ACL, MCL, meniscus, 3 shoulder surgeries, rotator cuff, labrum. I broke my neck. I've had a double neck fusion, ankle 6 times, 5 times, 4 wrists, 3 times. It's just a lot, but I'm still here.
So what amazes me the most about you, besides you're a really nice person.
Well, thanks.
And I know that. I know some of the background. You're very kind to the people that work with you, and you do a lot for the community. But you are incredibly mentally tough.
Yes.
So let's talk about mental toughness. Is this something that you've always had? Is this something that you've developed? And how would you describe what mental toughness is?
It's definitely not something I have always had. You know, growing up, I was a little more fearful. It was almost just kind of living in that state of, oh, well, if I'm not supposed to be doing this, maybe I shouldn't, or, you know, just kind of follow the norm. But as I got older, graduated college, started kind of getting into my adult life and career, I didn't ever want to just be mediocre. And so it kind of helped me go, all right, well, if I want to do big things in life, then I have to take risks. And again, for a lot of what I do with the injuries, it started to play into a lot of the mental toughness, because pain is tough. So that was my first kind of introduction to it. I would have a big competition coming up, and one of the first big ones, I had broke my wrist, my arm, and my finger. So I was in this full, huge, ugly cast, and it was an international show, and I was so excited to go. So I thought, well, I'm going to come up with a one-arm fitness routine. And I was new, so there was no expectations. It's like, if I go out and look like a fool, well, oh well, at least I got a fun trip. But that was really my first taste of just going, all right, put the pain outside of you. You have a cast, you're not going to re-break it, kind of. I mean, you could probably do more damage, but it was just a way of staying focused, staying on point. What is my goal? What is the outcome I want? And you just work towards it within reason. Obviously, during training, if there was days where my arm was killing me, which it happened, then I would pull back. But getting through pain for mental toughness was the first part. Then there's the stuff that happens in life, you know, that you have to be strong emotionally. I lost my mom to cancer. And during a phase in my life where I had just opened my first business, I was trying to do, you know, this sport of competing. There was all these things that were just happening, and my whole life just took a total different direction. Suddenly I'm a newly single mom, new business, trying to do this fitness stuff. And I thought, this is either going to destroy me, or I'm going to rise above this and help others realize that stuff happens out of our control. You can't avoid death. You can't necessarily avoid divorce, but how you respond from that. And being a mom to two young boys at the time, I thought, I need to be someone that they look up to and don't feel sorry for, or don't see me cry, but they see as a strong role model in their lives. And that taught me emotional strength along with physical strength. And those two combined just helped me be a better businesswoman, a better mom, a better friend, a better daughter, sister. So in all aspects of my life, it's helped me. And then it helped me kind of go into this path of don't let fear guide anything. You know, I kind of live by this motto of being fearless. And it's crazy in aspects of trying new flips and skills like that, but you have to. You have to take risks. Like I said, I don't ever want to live a mediocre life.